Good morning, this is Jacob, another episode of the Let's Get to Business podcast. So today I'm going to talk about something that I believe is very important, and that is it time for you to sing a new song? And the question is, where does this come from? I was actually very excited about this. I was at the Faith Over Fear conference, and I probably mentioned this in a previous episode, but I believe that we should, as we go through life, we should always be looking for opportunities for inspiration, for things that move us. And oftentimes, one of the reasons why I love this podcast so much is because when I find these things, I study them, and it becomes more real to me because I'm sharing it with somebody else. So I encourage you, if you got stuff to share, if you'd like to start a podcast, hey, comment below, give me a call. I'm more willing to point you in the right direction, because I believe there's something about sharing what God has blessed you with, what inspiration. It does something to your heart to share it with somebody else. So don't hold back. Just share it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a fancy studio. You don't have to have a fancy environment. And it doesn't matter if you have one. You might have a great environment, but be willing to be vulnerable. Be willing to share what God has blessed you with, and it may bless you even greater than you can possibly imagine. So with that, Psalm 33 verse 3, it says, sing unto him a new song, play skillfully with a loud noise. Now, the speaker was talking about what do you need to stop singing and what do you need to start singing instead. Isn't that profound? What in your life right now do you have that is dragging you down? If you look at your life and you analyze your life and you say, where am I at? What is going on in my life right now? Do I have things that I should discontinue? Maybe there's some bad habits I need to discontinue. But I love it says we need to sing a new song. See, when we quit singing the old song, we can only sing one song at a time. One of the most important things about habit formation is that when there's a habit that we get rid of, we got to replace it with something better. See, we sing a new song. We got to replace it with something better. What is some vision that you need to improve? What is maybe your old life and your old dreams and your old visions? Maybe you need to renew those. Maybe you need to create a grander vision for your future. Maybe not necessarily bigger goals, but like better habits. What habits do you have to stop? What are some things that you need to clean out of your life and instead insert new? And I'm talking to myself here because it spoke to me at a very deep level. It's like, I know there's things in my life that I'm procrastinating, or I make excuses. I work other things as an excuse instead of actually doing what needs to be done. People talk about checking your emails as a distraction. And there's so many things in this day and age. Is like, there's social media, there's all these different things, but even other work can be a distraction. The easy work, we do the easy work instead of the important work. We need to remember to focus on priorities, and everything else will take care of itself. And I think that's something so extremely important. I think I did an episode of the podcast way back. I think it's like maybe in the 20s or 30s, where I talked about priorities. In the end, sometimes we need to know what we need to stop doing in order to start doing something new. And I think it's very important that we that we consider that very strongly. And it's something that for you it may not be as relevant as for me, but I look in my own life. And I see I made a goals for myself for this year, and I accomplished like 80% of them. And I'm like, those goals were not big enough. They were not grand enough. They were not exciting enough. Or then I didn't take enough action, And so sometimes I need to up my goals. Sometimes I need to go to the next level on something. Something that I'm right now that I'm inspired to do is to stop singing and start singing. Is like, up to now, my personal development was whatever I felt like. I would kind of focus on sales maybe, or I would focus on leadership or whatever it was. But in the end, whatever I felt like it. And I'm not saying that is wrong, but the problem is like what I need to start doing, and that's something that I'm actually changing right now, and I've already started to implement, is the fact that I'm going to be very intentional about my personal development from here on. Is like, does it directly help me go from here to there? Like, what is my goal? What is my future? What is my vision for the future? I have to be very intentional about those actions. So, with that, I think that that's primarily what I got to share is like, what do you see in your life that you need to stop doing, and what do you see that you start doing instead? Like, maybe instead of reacting in fear, acting in faith. Maybe up to now, instead of procrastination, be proactive. Maybe instead of making excuses, to be honest. Maybe just being honest will help you take the right action. So with that, I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day. Thanks for listening. We'll talk with you guys next time.